Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, kindly like, subscribe, share my video. It helps my video grow. So, in today's video, I wanted to do 5 classical pieces that you should consider for your wedding. And then I was like, so I'll be talking, and that is why we are here. Wait until the end of the video to see what we are making today. I already have my mixture. This is a cup of brown sugar and butter. It has to be unsalted butter. I also have inside here a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now, on to my next process. I am going to add a cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and some baking powder. I even combined a list for this. Well, I'm so prepared. I think number one, I thought it would be nice to have Massenet. That is meditation from dice. From my end as a cello player, I definitely love that piece. It's so slow to play that you get bored in the middle. But when you hear the whole orchestra playing, it's so nice. It will be such a nice classical piece to walk down the aisle with. So definitely do consider that piece. It is meditation from dice. I'll link, I think I'll write them down below in the description box just for you to find them with ease. And you can find one that you actually like, a recording that you like. Okay, and then next we have Schubert. Schubert's Ave Maria. I think everyone knows Ave Maria, especially if you're Catholic. But it's such a good piece for walking down the aisle with. I think it also correlates with any other occasion that you do have, not just a wedding. And you know, the funny thing about Ave Maria is that it was not even intended, originally, it was not intended for religious services as it does now. These days, Ave Maria is considered to be such a religious classical piece, but originally, Schubert did not even intend it to be that way. It originates from a poem. I'm getting this unstuck. It originates from a poem by Sir Walcott. It's about a girl. The poem is about a girl, and then Schubert wrote a masterpiece about that poem. And that is how we have Ave Maria. I think it's so emotional at the same time. Definitely do listen to it. You can try Shekukane's version. There's so many good versions, it's so hard to choose one. You can even listen to the voice counterparts. You'll find them so nice. Okay, that is number two. Number two, in no particular order though. You choose the order that you want. Next we have Handel. Handel is a classical composer. Actually, listen to Handel a lot. You can listen to Arrival of the Queen of Sheba by Solomon. Who else will it be? By Solomon. Now you can go and find a recording that you like, but that is definitely one that you should consider if at all you're considering classical pieces to walk down the aisle with. Now, when you listen to Queen of Sheba, it's a grand entrance. It will be such a grand entrance. I love to hear a bride walking down the aisle to that. It's such a grand entrance. Or even you can walk out of after the wedding though, you can choose to it to be your recession piece. Yes, that is a piece by Handel, a masterwork, a masterpiece, if you ask me. And then we have one that is so close to my heart. I really love this piece. This is by Johann Sebastian Bach. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that the right way. Johann. As we all know, Johann was a classical composer from Germany. He's considered the father of classical music, not classical, but in his era. I do consider his work, so it plays such a huge role into what Mozart, and then later on Beethoven, Handel, all of them, in one way or the other, even Paganini, in one way or the other, they borrowed something from Bach, or they made his work better. Where Bach lacked, they made it better. Like if you listen to Mozart is so different from listening to, for example, Beethoven. Beethoven's music is sad, while Mozart's music it's happy. You can't listen to Mozart and not laugh, It's happy, it's jumpy, it's all over the place, it's genius. While there's this joke that while Mozart was writing his work, he was a last minute person. He'd always write his music last minute, and at the same time it was so flawless, like he would write at a go. While for Beethoven, he'd struggle even in his writing. If you go and find Beethoven's music, you'd see that Beethoven was struggling. I don't know if it's emotions. On that note, you should definitely listen to Beethoven's 9th Symphony. Symphony number 9. I think it's the most famous Beethoven piece of music. And at the same time, if you listen from the beginning to the end, you'll understand the stages that Beethoven went through. The feeling of despair, the feeling of I don't know, there's this feeling of sadness that engulfs you at the beginning, and then at the end, it's like Beethoven found his calling. At the beginning he was like, I'm almost going deaf, I have no purpose in this world. And in the end, it's like majestic, yes, I have found my purpose, and my purpose is to make good music. That is my oven. I had preheated it, so let's get all these in the oven and then we'll come back to this talk. By the way, Miss, I don't know what is happening. I'm so nervous. I don't know how they'll turn out. I was hoping for perfection, but I guess I'll have to settle for human is to err. We are back again. See what I did there? Anyway, my cookies are done. I just put them in the oven for 10 minutes at 180 degrees. And then after that, I took them out and put them in the fridge for about 5 minutes for them to cool down, because I can't wait a whole 20 minutes for the natural process for them to cool down. So I had to fasten the process. And here we are. So good, so good. And I like that they're not too sugary, because I'm not a very fan of sugary things. But one thing to improve next time is they're weirdly misshapen. So yeah, definitely have to improve on that. But otherwise, thumbs up, thumbs up. And maybe next time I'll need to use a smaller ice cream scoop, because I used the bigger one. Yeah, so that is definitely something to look into. So anyway, let's continue the conversation. Another piece that I think you should definitely check out is, I actually learned this last week. Just last week, we were in practice and the concert master said this piece is by Edgar, the Edgar Elgar, and it was a gift from him to his fiancée, Alice Roberts, if I'm not wrong, Alice Roberts. So Alice wrote Sir Edward Elgar a poem, a love poem for their wedding, and then Elgar was like, having this, I'll do you one better. I'll write you a piece. It's called Salut d'Amour. Definitely check out the orchestra version. Definitely check that out. I think it has such a rich history. It's so fun. Yeah, and I'm also playing that in about a month to come. So the fact that I know the history also helps me reflect that in how I play it. Yeah, check that out. Another piece, had I said about Bach? I think I had, but I had not mentioned the piece. The piece is called, we all know it, it's the cello song. If you just search the cello song, that cello song, it will definitely come up. It's Prelude number 1, Prelude from Cello Suite. There are a couple of cello suites, so definitely check Prelude in Cello Suite, the first one, definitely the first one. And then the last piece that I had here, people say definitely overplayed, but the funny thing is that here in Kenya we actually don't know this piece. Perhaps you've heard of it, I don't know, but I can definitely assure you not many people have heard of it, because my family has definitely never heard of it. I told them and they were like, what is it? What is that? What is canon in D? So if I have not already given it away, this is the most played song piece. Sorry, there's a difference between song and piece. Piece in weddings, it's called Pachelbel Canon in D. I was told it's called a canon because it contains, what is it called? Let me just read my notes. It's called Canon in D, because I was surprised. I've always heard of it. I actually have it in my playlist I have about 3 Pachelbel Canon in D. I have the cello version, the piano guys, another piano and cello, and some violins too. So I always wondered, why is it called canon in D? One, I learned that it's called canon in D because it's in D major. And then canon because it contains, it's because of what the 3 violins do in the upper voices. That is, I was told that they play around. I don't know if that makes sense. Definitely go listen to it, and then maybe what I'm saying will make sense. What the 3 violins do in the upper voice, they play around. And then it has the basso continuo, that is the bass line. Now, why we cellists definitely do not love this piece is because there's only 8 notes for the cello. Only 8 notes repeatedly. We only get 8 notes. Such a beautiful masterpiece, and the cello only gets 8 notes. See, do we check that out? Now, it wouldn't be a wedding recommendation without some songs from Kenya. Why? Because I am Kenyan and I have to represent my homeland. I think the first one will be definitely Alice Kimanzi, Wambie. Go listen to it. I think even the video depicts that it's sort of a wedding. The video is actually a wedding. So, it is what it is. The other one is by Atemi. These are notable mentions. Atemi is called Baby Baby. There's a time it hit in Kenya. Hey. Go listen to it. Go listen to it. I don't want to give too much away. Go listen to it. And then the last notable mention is by the one, the only, Nyashinsky. And it is no other than Malaika. I think this song, there's a way that when you listen to his songs, there isn't much cursing. His songs have content. The lyrics come out so well thought of. The music just flows. He oozes lyrical talent and content that is so rare in the songs that we listen today. He can sing, he can rap, he can definitely do a lot of things. And I love how his voice in Malaika just comes out. It's such an easy song to listen to. It flows and it gives you of this. It sets you in a certain kind of mood. If not a wedding mood, then I don't know what. It's a lovey-dovey kind of mood, and I love it. I'm here for it. I definitely love listening to Malaika. It lifts my spirits up, and it gives me hope for a better day, a better future, a better time for musicians actually. So that's it for today's video. I know I have talked a lot. I'll definitely consider making this video shorter in the future. But thank you for listening. Thank you for making cookies with me. Chocolate chip cookies. We were making chocolate chip cookies. Thank you for sticking it out to the end. I look forward to having you in more. Like, subscribe, and share my YouTube video. Until next time, peace and be of good cheer.